This is a question I kind of just I thought of on the spot right here. So I haven't actually asked anyone else this, but someone that came to mind was, this is important because going forward, businesses will need people that can, consult. It doesn't matter whether you're a consultant or not. Yeah. The skills that you learn during this course are quite important no matter what department of business that you're working in.
Absolutely.
However, people talk about the rise of AI and how that's going to do a lot of the problem solving, but you really need a human approach to things. It's not so problem solving isn't so, it's never the same. There's never like one perfect solution to everything. So you kind of need a human brain, a creative approach to do things.
Absolutely.
So how do you think this helps people develop into human professionals that are going to be helpful in the future despite the rise of AI?
I just had a discussion about this just yesterday. So I don't want to totally get off topic, but this is really important because I actually dealt with some students in one of the sessions. I can't remember which one. There was a startup one that I did. I think that's where there was a team that just literally asked the question to ChatGPT and then just copy pasted into their report. And I was pretty firm about it because I said, the whole idea is to become a critical thinker. And the discussion I had the other day was that, yes, you can use a ChatGPT or an AI platform to help you form a framework, but the creativity actually is in that when you have that moment of block and then suddenly you get a brainstorm, that's that moment of creativity. And in some ways, AI may take that away. And I don't want to see that happen because that's where the critical thinking comes. And I think these kinds of programs, like Creating Better Business program, having those mentors that almost, I don't want to say forces, but it highly suggests that, stop looking at AI, use your brain and use your creativity, because it's that point where you're kind of relinquishing it to AI. And I don't think AI necessarily is going to have, maybe, who knows? But right now, it's just regurgitating information. It's not actually being creative. And I think that's where the human brain really excels, is that creativity. And you have to be able to do critical thinking to have that creative mind. So that's why I like these capstone classes, where it really forces thinking of students. Be curious, inquire, listen, and then let the brain formulate some ideas and ideate, of which then you could put recommendations forward. That's human, that's not AI. So, I would really like to see more of that. And I think this program really excels with respect to those ideas.
No, 100%. I totally agree. That's kind of where my head is at with it. Human brain versus AI. I think, and I'll ask you this: do you think we end up creating better solutions as a result, rather than without using AI? When we actually use our brain and we get past that mental block and we use our creativity. And a big part of this course, the end goal is creating the best possible solution, right? We're all presented with a problem, and we all want to create the best possible solution. Do you think that comes from? Do you think we get a better solution from using our creativity and using a more human approach rather than, using AI?
You have to. I mean, if I look at AI right now, it's just leveraging data, right? What do humans leverage? They leverage knowledge. They leverage information, which becomes knowledge, but they also leverage experiences, their journey in life, and so forth, so on and so forth, relationships. And I'm not sure AI, at least at this point, is what kind of experiences does it have? What kind of relationships does it form? And so on and so forth. I think there's there's been technology that's come before that people say, oh God, this is the end, right? And then no, it just becomes supplemental to what humans do. I'm hoping that's what AI will end up doing, but people have to look at it as just a supplemental tool and still rely on the human nature of a person, the humanness, to help with creative thought and to help businesses or people achieve what they want to achieve and strive for people's goals and objectives. And I wouldn't want to see that. I hear all these thoughts about the dumbing down of humans. I really hope that doesn't happen. I hope that people can just leverage the technology and actually excel in the future. So that's what I'm trying to be positive about the whole thing.
Yeah. No, I agree. You made some really good points there. Now we'll go off the topic of AI. We did kind of go off topic there a little bit, but it is important to discuss about.